I stood here and very respectfully listened to you. If what you want to do is put on a show and giggle every time I talk, well then I have no interest in answering your question.
And let me tell you something. After you graduate from law school, you conduct yourself like that in the courtroom, your rear end's going to get thrown in jail, idiot. Go ahead.
Get the hell off the beach in Asbury Park and get out.
And that is New Jersey Governor Christie, the blunt-speaking governor from the state of New Jersey, man who may indeed be born to run for president. But tonight, wearing the brilliant disguise of the keynote speaker at the Republican National Convention down in Florida. That is who we are focusing on right now as we begin the Markets Hub this morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Paul Vigna, joined by Andrew Grossman, who has a story on Mr. Christie. And Andrew, tonight, the big keynote, Christie, can we expect some of what we heard in that montage, some of that sort of very, very blunt talk, which may shock some people who aren't from New Jersey?
Yeah, I think, well, I think a lot of people are familiar with him at this point because, you know, they've really cultivated this image nationally, posting these YouTube moments, these short clips of those sorts of exchanges that he has. But I think you'll also see some sort of more subtle, emotional kind of rhetoric that he uses in those same sorts of events, but they don't make the same kind of headlines because they're not quite as, he's not quite as blunt, and he's also very good. He's got a lot of emotional range. He's very good at talking, about his late Sicilian mother, who he likes to say was judge, jury, and executioner, and she liked the last part the best. Yeah,
and I mean, yeah, it's very interesting. So the montage there, some of that was him calling somebody an idiot, but the last summer when Irene was coming down the shore, his point about getting off the beach, it was a very sort of like, because there's always those little surf rats down the shore. They're always trying to get out into the surf. It was a very sort of plain-spoken, it was blunt but plain-spoken. That's his kind of style that I think connects with people who may not even agree with his politics.
Yeah, and I think that's been very helpful for him in New Jersey. And, that's in stark contrast sometimes to the, the image that Romney and Ryan have, which is, there's these sort of buttoned-up, numbers-focused guys.
Yeah. Now, do we have any idea what he's going to speak about tonight? Do we have any preview?
We have very little so far. We can sort of guess from how he's handled these things otherwise. But he has said he's not going to use the words New Jersey comeback.
He's not.
And that's a phrase.
Gee, I wonder why.
That's a phrase that has taken some shelling from Democrats in New Jersey because the state has lagged New York and New Jersey to sort of traditional competitors.
Our unemployment rate is higher.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, it stinks, in fact.
So, but he is, he'll probably talk about bipartisanship. He works, he has a Democratic legislature there that he has to deal with. So, he often likes to talk about how he's been able to get things done when he's not making fun of them or attacking them.
There are two very interesting angles, and I want to make sure we get to both of them. First off, let's talk about what this will do for Christie as a speaker, because to me it sort of seems like when then Congressman Barack Obama in, I think it was 2004, did his keynote speech at the Democratic convention, and everybody all of a sudden said, whoa, who's this guy?
He was then State Senator Barack Obama.
State Senator, you're right. He wasn't even, does this have the potential to sort of be that kind of a moment for Christie?
Yeah, and I mean, I think, Obama was probably even more unknown then than Christie is.
Definitely.
But definitely, I mean, I think it's the first time on a national stage. There are a lot of people who may have seen the YouTube clips, heard a little bit about him, but they're getting the first time, they're getting to see him for the first time in person.
Yeah, and the other sort of interesting angle is, okay, so we know that the convention was delayed by a day, the hurricane and all that, and now today's the first day. Romney will speak on Thursday. This is going to be the big speech, though. This is the one that everyone's excited about. Christie has the personality. He has the guns for it. Do they risk having Christie overshadow Mitt Romney?
I don't know if he'll overshadow Mitt Romney, I mean, with the hurricane and everything in the way, but I think, he'll probably be, they're probably very mindful of that risk, and they'll probably make sure, that his remarks and what he's going to do probably sets up Romney as opposed to gets in the way of him. Yeah. But, it's possible. I mean, there's a lot of Republicans out there, I think, who would like to see Christie where Romney is.
Oh, I think there definitely are. I mean, they wanted him. Then there was the Post report that they wanted Christie on the vice presidential ticket. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't leave the governor's house. Does Christie become a sort of, no pun intended, a sort of looming figure in the background of this race for the Republicans?
I think in the background of this race or in future races. I mean, he's going to be well positioned in 2016 or 2020 or whenever else he chooses to make a move.
Yeah. All right. Andrew Grossman, thank you very much. I know you had trouble getting in. You were stuck on a train or something, right? But you made it.
I made it. I'm here.
Thank God you made it, because I would have had to do this one on my own.
It's all right.
Wouldn't have begun. All right, Andrew, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you can follow our convention coverage, obviously, this week, next week on WSJ.com, on WSJ Live. See us also on the YouTube channel, YouTube/politics. We will be there all week. And tonight, the two big speeches, Ann Romney and Christie. I believe it gets underway around 10 p.m. Don't want to miss that. We will be covering it.